Good morning, everyone. I don't know what time it is where you are, but I am here on the East Coast and it is 11 a.m. It is time to kick off our connecting crafting. Did you know that March is National Craft Month? So here we are. We are hosting a Connect and Craft session and it's going to last all day long. The person right after me who will be presenting and doing a craft with you will be Cindy Jarvis. And we will have just one right after the other to bring some fantastic crafts to you, just help you open up the airways, so to speak, of what is possible with crafting. So here at Magnolia Design Company, that's what we are all about. We're about just community and crafting. Hey ladies, I see some folks coming on with me. I did want to mention, you're going to want to pop on all day long. We're going to have some drawings. We're just going to have some fun things that we're going to do and lots of fantastic and gifted crafters. So please sprinkle this around, share it wherever you can so that people can join us. And one little thing I wanted to let you know that it would be so great is if you are a creator or a customer or have never shopped with us before, please spread the word because today and today only it's 10% off for customers on their entire purchase. So all they have to do is just hop on the website, shop with their favorite creator, and it's 10% off. Okay, you just go straight to the checkout. Easy peasy. It gives you the 10% off right there. Hey, everybody who's jumping on. So many people. Thank you for joining. Okay, I'm going to jump right in because I literally have like half an hour, so I need to get to it. I am going to be working today with our rub-on transfers, and it's pretty much a new product for us, a new product line, and we've just started expanding it. And I am so excited to be working with two of the rub-on transfers. I'm not really sure exactly which one I'm going to use, but I'm going to show you some that I've just recently released and some that will be out coming up as well. So this is called Take Flight. I'm just going to go through these quickly because, like I said, I have half an hour, so I want to make the most I can of the time that we have together. We have this one called Paris Antiques transfer. This one is called Once Upon a Time. I love all the Paris pictures and butterflies, bird cage, some cool stuff there. If you haven't already picked this one up, this is called Easter Song. Lots of different pieces to use. I've seen some folks already start to use them and they're looking great. Excited to be here live. Yay, yes. Awesome. And then this one is probably the one I'm going to use today. It's called Distress Compilation. Really the color for me that pops is this blue one. And then I have one more, actually maybe I'll use this one. I don't know, we'll work it out. And the other one is Scraps and Roses. So for my project, I have got a cross, and this is our MDF wood cross. You can pick this up online when you shop with your favorite creator. And I am going to make this a stand-up item. So what I've done, let me plug in my hot glue gun. And I'm going to tell you what, it's hot. I need to turn this puppy down because I burned myself with it earlier. You know, if you guys have an opportunity to get one that's low temp or one that changes temp, do that. Trust me, I cut my finger earlier. Okay, and what my idea was, I've got this MDF, okay, and then I was going to add some of these, they're like Jenga blocks. I was going to add these to them just so this will stand up, but I'm going to save this part for later, adding it later, and we are just going to start designing on it right away. Hey, good morning. All right, so what I've done is I put one coat of paint, and this is just chalk paint. I used different things, but today I just had some Kills chalk style paint, so that's what I grabbed. I often use this as well, which is a Waverly, and I just love this color plaster. But I've just got one coat of paint on it, and I am going to go to town with my transfers. Now, I have some other things that I'm going to put on. This is going to be sort of like shabby chic, just kind of a different, beautiful look. So I'm looking at all of the flowers and the stuff I have. You know what? I've decided. I've made an executive decision. We're doing scraps and roses. All right, so we have two different really type of products at Magnolia Design Company. We have our rub-on transfers, which is what I'll be working with today, and you might see others do that as well. Hey, Sandy and Brenda and Anita, love our cross. Me too. I love using it. So sorry, got sidetracked. I saw people hopping on. So we have these rub-on transfers, right? And really, it's kind of like not really a sticker, but kind of maybe. But if you remember back in the day when you used to use them, same concept, exact same thing. So we have two different really sort of products like this. We have rub-on transfers, and then we have stencils, and you'll see folks here also using stencils, okay? And the stencil is a mesh product, and you squeegee our medium through it, ink or chalk paste. Today I'm going to use this, and what I'm going to do so that I can make best use of this whole thing is I'm going to turn it upside down, okay? And I am going to, actually let me take a look at what I want to do. I'm going to actually put it right on the transfer itself and just kind of like trace around it, because I don't want to use the entire thing. I want to be able to salvage it for another time. So I'm just going to trace around, and don't worry, because I'm not actually tracing on the transfer itself. It's just the carrier sheet. So, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. All right, so here we go. This is the part, can you see the cross where I drew it right there? And I managed to get this bird in here. I love that bird. All right, so, and I am just going to cut around this. And again, like I said, because there are pieces out here that I could use for another project, so there's no real reason for me to waste them. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out the cross shape that I have here. Hey, hey Grace. All right, and we'll see how much of this transfer I have left. I actually think that if I'm careful and I do this right, I can probably use this one transfer on both sides. Again, it's all about placement, and you can just patch these things together. It doesn't have to be all one piece, especially for designs like this one, the Scraps and Roses, because this is really just scraps of paper from way back in the day, pictures of them that are all just compiled or just piled on top of each other. So that's with some roses thrown in and some song sheets. All right, it's got an interesting smell. You guys ever smell these things? All right, here we go. I am going to move on now, and I've got my transfer and my cross. All right, so now I'm going to, I hope you guys can see this okay. Actually, I'm going to move this down just a smidge so you can see a little better. There we go. My head's kind of cut off. You don't need to see my head. Okay, so I'm going to just put this right on the cross. I'm going to take the backer off. The carrier sheet, sorry. Last time I did this the other day, and it gave me a fit doing it. When I cut it. Oh, you know why? I know why. Because I didn't leave the margin on there. Okay. There we go. Come on, stay on there. So that the transfer itself is very, very thin, and it is meant to stay on the clear carrier sheet. It's the transfer sheet. Let me get this piece started. And the reason this one didn't want to stay is because I cut it the way that I did. But all right, let me get this one going. All right. I think I'm going to just, no, I'm not going to do that. I was going to put it on the cross. I think that I will actually, so that it doesn't go sideways. Okay, I'm going to put it on the cross right here. And then I'm gonna pull the rest off so it won't be so wily. Give it something to stick to so it doesn't stick to me. Okay. Not, there we go. There we go. You don't have to be as ginger about it as I'm being. I just tore off the side, cut off the side, and that's why it's doing that to me. But, all right, so I'll just keep going. Actually, I'm gonna just go and put this other back on in a minute here. When you're using these transfers, if they just are kind of weird, like this one's being, and that's my fault for cutting it the way that I did. But if they are, you know what? I can just add it back on later, which is what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm going to just now take a hard surface, and I'm going to transfer essentially, right, this image onto my cross. Where did my little side go? Just a minute. Got all these things here, guys. All right, I got this flat edge, and I'm just going to rub it now. I'm just going to rub this transfer right onto my cross. I got it going a little sideways. Don't try this at home. No. All right. All right, let me pull it up. It comes up really nicely. All right, I got my cross going off to the side a little bit. I'm gonna grab a little bit more. See, this is what I'm saying. Like if you get a spot where you're like, hey, that didn't come out the way that I liked, well, I'm just gonna cut off some more and grab it and just put it over there. See, I'll just peel it off here like this. And normally I would just peel the whole thing, but I was trying to salvage it so I could use it for something else, because that's the way I roll. Oh, but I got a cute little bird in here, so I think it was really worth it. All right, so I'm going to now put this one in place. All right. Let me get a little bit more in here. I am going to do a little bit of patchwork so I can get the stuff in here that I want. Put this guy here. That's what I love about these, is you can mix and match these just like you do with our stencils. How am I doing on time? 11:13. Okay. All right. Today is actually a beautiful day. I'm in Kentucky today. We are celebrating my youngest, well, no, second to youngest grandson is getting dedicated. That's too small. Getting dedicated at the church on Sunday. So that's what we're here celebrating. So a special time for us to be here. All right. I don't want to use this whole thing, so I'm going to just peel this off right here like this. I'm going to show you. Just going to peel it off like this. Then I'll just be really, I guess, judicious about where I'll put it. Let me see. Where do I want this one? I'm going to use this. Put it right here. And I'll take this one and put it right at the top. Did you guys ever used to use rub-on transfers back when you were, I feel like rub-on transfers, you know, they're just making a comeback maybe in the last few years. They used to be super popular and then they went away for some reason. I guess we kind of cycle in and out of different craft types, mediums, that sort of thing. And they have come back. Okay, getting just that one part that I want right there. All right, and let me put him right up here. All right, you just rub it on and then you peel it off. And I'm going to put just a little bit more right up here. Do the same. Now, when I did that, you can see that I have like a lot of left over on the sides. So you can just, let Let me peel this guy up. Ooh, maybe I can salvage part of that for this right here. Yes, awesome. Okay, it's kind of like a little stickers, you know. All right, so I've got this. So what I typically do is I take a piece of sandpaper and just sand the edges, and then that'll come right off. You can also fold it under, but it's up to you what you want to do, okay? So I'm just going to go around the edges and get the excess off, and then we'll start decorating this thing. I love how this turned out. I think it turned out so adorable. I think I'm going to give this to my daughter-in-law. All right, so here is my cross with that rub-on transfer. And I did some patchwork in areas where I didn't put the cross on there quite right because I was trying to salvage some for myself. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start decorating this. So I decided that I think that this look needs a little bit of like a shabby chic look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a rag bow, and then I have started going through all of my old jewelry. I don't know if you guys have done this, just going through all my old jewelry and picking out the things that are broken or I'm not going to use anymore, and just like an earring that doesn't have a mate anymore, that sort of thing. And I am going to use that to decorate with today. That and some scraps. All right, so I have got all this different fabric that I thought would work well as a rag bow with this. And I've got some flowers in case we get that in, and some ribbon, and then I've got some pieces of jewelry that didn't quite make the cut. Well, this one actually, I think I'll use this one. Look at this. This one actually came from a necklace that I had, and it broke apart. So, hey, there were like 6 of these, and I put that in my stash so I can use that. Okay, so next I'm going to do is I am going to make this rag bow, and we will put it on the cross. And I think what I'll do while we're doing that is, because we just have a half an hour together, I'm going to go ahead and put my base on so that it will stick. Give it a chance to dry. Now, like I said, I just took some little tumbling blocks or Jenga blocks or whatever, just pieces of wood. And I am going to use this, right now I have this Fix-All adhesive, it's a super glue, and but you can use anything, E6000. What I like to do is use the glue, for the permanent set, and then the hot glue to do a temporary set. Now you don't want to put one on top of the other, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue here, some of this super glue, and then in some other places not on top of that glue, I am going to put some hot glue. And that just makes it to where it stays in place right where I want it. That's that temporary hold, right? Or if you wanted to say, maybe later I want to pop that puppy off and use it, hang this cross instead, you could do that. So, okay, that's one side. Let me get the other one, and then we'll get to town on our bow. So I'd like to say, like, don't be super cheap on the, applying the glue, but you also don't want to put so much that it just like squirts over the edges. That's not going to be cool either. Okay. All right, now we'll set that aside and let it dry, but see how that's just going to stand on its own. Okay, so let me put this over here, and we will work on our rag bow, and then we'll put it all together. So rag bow, I've just got some, and I've been using this like throughout spring because I just love this fabric. It has beautiful butterflies on it, and it is really amazing. Let me fold it this way. I think the biggest bummer about this fabric is that you're not going to actually see the butterflies, just like smidges of color. So I'm going to cut these pieces of fabric about, you can rip them too. I just found that this one, I tried it and I actually did it, but the way that, the bias, Lots of string going on here. The way that this was ripping wasn't really what I was looking for. So I'm going to cut this one. I already know this fabric well enough to know that I need to cut it. All right. So I'm going to cut it. It's going to be about maybe a little more than 1/4 of an inch, not quite a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to cut several strips. Any of you guys make rag bows out there? If you've been watching me long, you know that this is how thick I'm going to make it. You know that I am not really, the best bow maker in the world. So this one I can do and I can teach, and because it's a rag bow, you can't really fail on it, right? And it's so easy, everybody can do it. So I'm going to cut myself a few strips of this because it's going to be my predominant fabric. Now, every now and then I'm cutting down, I'm like, hey, that wasn't particularly straight. You don't have to be really particular about this, all right? Okay, so I have got myself 4 strips. You can do what you want. Oh, luckily I had some more from another thing I did. I've got some really interesting, I've got this beautiful beaded, I keep all of these things too, these little scraps. I think I'm going to put those on the base. Not sure if we'll have time to do that together today. Oh, 9 minutes. I've got some pearls, and I've got some interesting gold shimmery stuff, and some muslin, and some wood. And I'm going to cut some muslin, and then we'll make this bow, and we'll put it on there, so we'll be in time for Cindy to have her turn. You guys are going to love what Cindy does. She always makes great crafts. Cindy Jarvis, Monarch Mom. And then she'll kick off the next crafter. All right, so I'm just going to get these going, and then I will show you how to make this super easy, super quick rag bow. And it really is going to bring our project together. All right, so got my glue gun all heated up. This muslin, interestingly enough, came in this huge big roll, and I'm like, I'm not even sure it looked like muslin. It kind of looked like, I don't know, something you wrap your arm with. Anyway, maybe it was. I just use anything I see. Are you guys like me? Hey, so for those of you who don't know me, my name's Lisa Ramsey, and like I said earlier, I'm one of the co-founders of Magnolia Design Co. And Crystal and I, Crystal Mudford, is my business partner, and she and I founded this company a few years ago, and we just really had a desire to craft and offer beautiful products. And so that's how we started and why we started Magnolia Design Company. And eventually, like within just a few months, we decided to, well, you all decided that we should go become a direct sales company. And we decided we hated all the rules and regulations and everything, and the stipulations that other companies put on people. And we said, that's not who we want to be. We just want to be a place to craft and have fun and be creative, and if you want to, make some money. So we decided we were never going to have any quotas, no sales quotas, and so we've stuck with that, and that's what we will continue to do, just so everybody can craft and have fun and not feel the pressure to sell or do anything they don't want to do, but also have the freedom to build a business around it. All right, so I've got 6 minutes. All right, I'm going to really super hurry go do this bow. All right, so I am going to, for my rag bow, I'm going to take this and my butterfly one and just go back and forth and back and forth. You don't have to be super particular about it. I'm going to take some muslin and do the same. Just looking for just a little bit of different stuff here. This is like the easiest thing. Who else out there does these? All right, I think I'm going to do that with a little bit of embroidery floss. I'm going to throw some of that in there. Actually, I'll tie it all together with that. And I will use some of this ribbon, I think. And, all right, I think that's, I'm probably fine with the bow part. I'm going to put one more bow thing of not ribbon, fabric. All right, so this is the bow part. I'm going to gather this all together. Really, it's just like that. Okay, and now I'm going to just string together, just like put all together all these rando items, some of this gold stuff, some more fabric, some more muslin, and just keep on going. They don't have to be equal in size, in length, in width, anything. You just do what you like. I'm definitely going to get some of these beads in here because I think that goes with my whole theme. And now I think I'm good. Let me get a little bit of this pink in there. And then I will tie it all together with some of this embroidery floss. How much time? We have 7 minutes. Okay, I'm going to put this across. Just lay this down here. Embroidery floss. Got to put all my rag pieces, my bow pieces, tie it all together. And you guys are going to love how this turns out. This is the third one I've done like this, and I just really love them. They're just so easy to do. So I'm going to tie it tight. We're going to put it on our cross and put my little doodad on there, my little jewel. And we will call it a day on this, I think. Call it done. All right. Okay, you guys ready to see it? All right, this is my rag bow. And really, it's got a lot going on, and to some degree, it may be a little overpowering for our cross, but we are going to see what it's going to look like. I'm going to put that there, and then I am going to make a decision about what stays and what goes, and trim it up. Just gluing it right here in the middle, and then I'm going to take my treasure here, and I'm going to glue that in. And then I'm just going to trim up some of these rags, or, you know, whatever you call them. Some of the fabric. All right, what time is that? We have got, 11:27. I'm loving it. Okay. All right, guys. So this is my idea for a rag bow. I got to let my bow completely dry in place with the glue before I show it to you. All right, and then let me know how many of you guys are going to go out and try this. It is so simple with the fabric. All right, you ready? Okay, here we go. And this is my project for the day. I hope you guys like it. Doesn't that look so romantic? It just looks like the Gilded Age, doesn't it? Okay, guys, well, thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, Cindy Jarvis is up next, and you are going to love her all day long. Please invite people to join us, get involved in what it is we are doing. It's National Craft Month, and we are delighted that you have chosen to join us. Remember, all your customers all day long, easy peasy, put things in your cart, go to the checkout, 10% off. Okay? Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.